Welcome back to the channel, Coin Lovers. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Liberty Kennedy half-dollar coins, the shining symbols of American history that could be worth a fortune today. Moneybag, these rare half-dollars aren't just ordinary coins. Some of them are valued in thousands or even millions in today's collector market. In this video, we'll uncover the top 5 most valuable Kennedy half-dollar coins ever discovered, from rare mint errors to low-mintage treasures that every collector dreams of finding. Whether you're a beginner, a passionate coin hunter, or just curious about rare U.S. coins, this video will show you which Kennedy half-dollars could change your fortune overnight. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is one of those coins that seems ordinary at first glance, but carries within it a story of power, patriotism, and potential fortune. Born in an era still echoing the sorrow and pride following President John F. Kennedy's assassination, this coin stands as a shining tribute to one of America's most beloved leaders. Minted in the United States of America in 1972, this half-dollar became more than just a piece of currency. It became a symbol of national unity and remembrance. While most of these coins were made for circulation, a small number of rare varieties and errors have given certain 1972 Kennedy half-dollars unimaginable worth in today's market. And if you have the right one, you could be holding a treasure powerful enough to change your destiny overnight. What makes the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar truly fascinating is its history and its hidden secrets. Unlike the earliest Kennedy halves from 1964 that were made with 90% silver, the 1972 coins were struck mostly in copper and nickel. But here's the twist. A few rare silver planchets accidentally slipped into the presses at the U.S. Mint, resulting in extremely scarce silver 1972 half-dollars that collectors hunt for like lost treasure. These mistakes, though unintentional, became miracles for the lucky few who discovered them. The gleaming silver surface, the unique weight, and the distinct metallic rings set them apart from regular ones. And those rare examples can reach sky-high prices at auctions, sometimes valued in the thousands or even more, depending on condition and rarity. This mix of human error and historical legacy makes the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar one of the most captivating coins of the 20th century. The D mint mark coins from the Denver Mint and the S proof coins from San Francisco add even more depth to the story. Each mint had its own striking characteristics, with proof coins showing mirror-like finishes that make them sparkle like jewels. Over the years, collectors have come to value certain mint marks and varieties not only for their beauty, but also for their connection to the evolution of American coinage. The Kennedy half-dollar reflects a nation's grief turned into glory, a coin that carried Kennedy's legacy through generations, from pocket change to collector showcases. Its design, featuring Kennedy's strong profile on the obverse and the majestic presidential seal on the reverse, remains one of the most iconic in all of U.S. history. Today, in the United States coin market, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. Some varieties, especially the rare silver strikes, proof issues, or error coins with double dies and missing mint marks, have fetched incredible sums, sometimes even crossing into 5- or 6-figure territory at top-grade conditions. That's why experts say, never overlook a Kennedy half-dollar, because the one sitting in your drawer could be worth a fortune. The coin's rich history, emotional weight, and potential market value make it a true piece of American treasure. If you ever come across a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar that gleams with perfection, don't spend it casually. It might just be your golden or rather silver ticket overnight wealth, a shining reminder that even the smallest piece of history can hold unimaginable power in today's world. The 1985 Kennedy half-dollar stands as one of the most mysterious and captivating coins in modern American history. Though at first glance it may appear to be just another 50-cent piece, this coin carries a legacy that stretches back to the heartbreak and hope of a nation mourning President John F. Kennedy. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, a year after his tragic assassination, as a symbol of respect, unity, and remembrance. It replaced the Franklin half-dollar and instantly became more than currency. It became a piece of living history. The 1985 edition, struck 2 decades later, carries that same emotion in its design. The proud portrait Kennedy on the obverse, facing forward with quiet confidence, and the presidential seal on the reverse, radiating power and dignity. Every detail of this coin was meant to reflect the dream of a strong America, a dream that Kennedy himself embodied. Now, what makes the 1985 D or 1985 P Kennedy half dollar so fascinating to collectors today is not just its beauty, but its hidden potential. Even though regular 1985 half dollars were struck in copper nickel clad rather than silver, certain rare varieties, misstrikes, and proof-like specimens have stunned the market. Coins that were struck on the wrong planchet or with double dies and sharp mirror-like surfaces have become priceless to those who know what they're looking at. A single flawless piece with a mirror-proof finish or unique mint error could turn into a life-changing discovery, something that can indeed be worth thousands, even millions, depending on rarity and condition. That's why collectors always say, never underestimate a coin that bears a Kennedy name, because history and value often hide beneath the surface. Every 1985 Kennedy half dollar carries within it a reflection of the American spirit. Resilient, enduring, and full of possibility. By the mid-1980s, the United States had changed dramatically since Kennedy's time, yet his image still stood proudly on the nation's coinage. It was a quiet reminder that leadership and courage never fade. When these coins rolled off the presses in Denver and Philadelphia, no one imagined that decades later, collectors would treat certain examples as modern treasures. Today, those coins that survived in uncirculated or proof condition, free of scratches, full of luster, with that iconic gleam, command the highest respect. Their value is not only in the metal, but in the message they carry, a reminder of unity and ambition from one of America's most beloved presidents. So if you ever come across a 1985 Kennedy half dollar, especially one that shines with that untouched brilliance, don't spend it lightly. Look closely for the mint mark, check its condition, and hold it up to the light. You might just be holding a piece of fortune disguised as ordinary change. In the world of coin collecting, destiny often hides in small circles of metal, and the 1985 Kennedy half dollar is a perfect example. It's more than money. It's memory, it's legacy, and for the lucky few who discover an extraordinary specimen, it could indeed be the key to unimaginable wealth. The power of this coin lies not just in silver or copper, but in the story it tells. The story of America's hope, honor, and history sealed forever in shining metal. The 1978 Kennedy half dollar is one of those coins that quietly carries a heartbeat of American pride and history within its shining surface. Though minted decades after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, this coin remains a living tribute to a leader whose memory never faded. Every curve of that bold portrait, every gleam of that silver-toned finish, whispers of a time when the nation was rebuilding its hope and honoring one of its most beloved presidents. While most people might glance at it as just another half dollar, true collectors know that the 1978 Kennedy half dollar, especially with its distinct mint marks, can hold extraordinary worth in today's market, turning what seems like a simple coin into a treasure capable of changing your fortune overnight. The 1978 issue came at a time when America's coinage was evolving. The U.S. Mint had already moved away from using 90% silver in half dollars after 1970, replacing it with a copper-nickel clad composition. However, a few rare varieties and special mint mark issues from 1978 were struck with exceptional precision, and in some cases on planchets intended for silver proofs or foreign strikes, making those rare misstruck coins highly sought after today. Coins bearing the D mint mark from Denver or the S mint mark from San Francisco are especially fascinating to collectors, as they represent limited mintage runs or proof quality strikes that gleam with mirror-like luster. If you're lucky enough to possess one with perfect surfaces, deep cameo contrast, or a minting error, you could be holding a coin worth thousands, and in some exceptional auction cases, even more. But the true power of the 1978 Kennedy half dollar goes beyond metal and mint mark. It's a symbol of unity and remembrance, the face of a fallen leader immortalized in metal, circulating through generations, carrying stories of the past. For collectors, it's not just about what it's made of, it's about what it represents. Each coin minted that year carries with it the echo of the 1960s, the decade that changed America forever. The 1978 half dollar connects the optimism of Kennedy's vision with the enduring strength of the American people. That's why collectors around the world are drawn to it, not just for its potential market value, but for the emotion and legacy it holds within its polished design. In today's world, where rare coins can skyrocket in value overnight, the 1978 Kennedy half dollar remains a shining contender. An ordinary one may fetch a modest price, but flawless, rare variety piece can stun the market and turn its holder into a millionaire overnight. Some versions with unusual errors, double strikes, or off-metal planchets have achieved unimaginable worth in private sales and auctions. So if you ever come across a 1978 Kennedy half dollar, look closely. That simple coin might be your hidden key to fortune. It's more than money. It's history in your hands. A coin that honors a legacy, glimmers with mystery, and holds the power to change your life forever. The 1973 Kennedy half dollar stands as a shining symbol of America's enduring legacy, carrying both emotional weight and hidden value. Born out of respect for one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history, John F. Kennedy, this coin holds more than just metal. It holds the heart of a nation still mourning the loss of its leader. The half-dollar series began in 1964, just months after Kennedy's assassination, and every piece struck afterward carried that same spirit of honor and remembrance. By 1973, the coin had already become an American icon, although regular circulation halves from that year were struck mostly in copper nickel. Some special mint-marked coins, particularly those produced in proof or silver-clad versions, carry immense collector appeal. Over time, this coin has gained a reputation among enthusiasts for its unique look, elegant design, and the mystique that surrounds any coin linked to Kennedy's name. The 1973 half dollar with mint mark, whether from the Denver D or San Francisco S, mint was never just an ordinary coin. Each carries the story of a generation that believed in hope, courage, and progress. Many of these coins were carefully stored away by families who saw them as tributes to Kennedy's dream of a better America. The gleaming portrait by Gilroy Roberts, showing Kennedy's calm but determined expression, captures more than a face. It captures the energy of a man whose words and vision reshaped a nation. That's why collectors say this coin speaks when you hold it. Its silver shine, depending on the version, reminds you of that golden era of American pride, when people saved these coins not to spend, but to remember. If you happen to own a rare silver-proof 1973 Kennedy half dollar, especially one in pristine or uncirculated condition, you might be holding something that could change your fortune overnight. The historical charm of this coin lies in its transition period. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had already removed silver from most of its coinage, yet some special issues continue to include a precious metal blend, making certain 1973 proofs and collector editions extremely desirable today. These versions, often struck at the San Francisco Mint, glisten with a deep mirror-like shine and crisp detail that ordinary coins never achieve. Collectors worldwide hunt for flawless examples with no scratches, no dulling, and perfect strike lines, because those rare survivors can command incredible prices in auctions. A perfect grade coin with a 1973 S mint mark or a unique die error could be valued far beyond expectations, sometimes fetching amounts that reach deep into thousands or even more under the right conditions. That's why experts call the Kennedy half dollar a modern treasure, a coin that can bridge the gap between sentiment and wealth, history and fortune. So, if you stumble upon a 1973 Kennedy half dollar, don't let it slip away as just another piece of change. Study it closely. Look for that mint mark, that silver glow, that unbroken mirror-like finish. Because what might appear as a simple half dollar could, in truth, be your key to unimaginable worth. This coin carries the spirit of a leader, the memory of an era, and the potential to transform your destiny overnight. It's not merely metal. It's history frozen in time, a masterpiece that links past to present, and proof that even the smallest piece of silver can hold the power to make you rich while reminding the world of Kennedy's everlasting legacy of hope, unity, and courage. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar stands as one of the most iconic and emotionally charged coins in American history, a silver treasure that bridges 2 centuries of freedom, courage, and change. Born to celebrate the United States bicentennial, this coin carries more than metal. It carries the spirit of America's 200 years of independence and the everlasting legacy of President John F. Kennedy. The coin's obverse features Kennedy's dignified portrait, a symbol of hope and resilience, while the reverse showcases a majestic Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. But hidden beneath that shining surface lies a story of rarity, silver, and unimaginable worth. Many of these coins were struck in a special 40% silver composition, making them far more precious than ordinary circulation pieces. In today's collector market, a pristine 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar with the right mint mark, especially proof or error varieties, can command astonishing prices, with some unique pieces rumored to have fetched small fortunes. The magic of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar begins with its deep historical roots. In the 1970s, as the nation prepared to celebrate its 200th birthday, the U.S. Mint decided to honor the moment by redesigning three coins: the quarter, the half dollar, and the dollar. But none captured the American heart quite like the half dollar. It was more than currency. It was a memorial, a tribute, and a piece of living art. The coin's design reflected unity, pride, and remembrance, values that defined America's past and shaped its future. Each coin, bearing the dual date 1776 to 1976, serves as a reminder of how far the nation had come from its revolutionary beginnings. For collectors, the Denver D and San Francisco S mint marks hold particular allure. The San Francisco Mint produced silver-clad proof versions with a mirror-like finish, and those in untouched, flawless condition can sell for thousands, or more if they exhibit minting errors or special varieties that make them unique among millions. The fascination with this coin goes beyond beauty and silver. Every Kennedy half dollar carries the emotional echo of 1963, the year America lost one of its most beloved leaders. When the coin was first introduced in 1964, people hoarded it instantly as a token of grief and remembrance. By 1976, that emotional bond had only grown stronger. The bicentennial edition became a perfect blend of national pride and personal memory. That's why collectors still describe it as a coin that holds America's heart. Some rare errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins mistakenly struck on different planchets, have sold for immense sums, shocking even seasoned numismatists. Those are the pieces that truly can make someone a millionaire overnight. Not because of luck, but because history, rarity, and emotion collided in one extraordinary artifact. If you happen to possess one of these shining half dollars, don't rush to spend it or trade it cheaply. Because it may hold more than silver, it may hold your fortune. The right coin, with a rare minting error, perfect luster, or high-grade certification, could be worth far beyond imagination in today's collector-driven market. Its silver composition alone gives a solid base of value, but its real worth comes from its story. A story that began in the fight for independence, was reborn through tragedy, and lives on through every coin that bears Kennedy's calm, visionary face. So, before you let it slip through your hands, take a closer look. You might be holding a small, shining piece of American history, a coin with a quiet power to change your destiny overnight, reminding you that sometimes the smallest treasures carry the greatest legacies.